The mobile phone fundamentally tells us that you are important. Because in an earlier time, when you had a phone at home, people called the place. Now they call the person. Everybody is somebody in the mobile phone. There's a unique number that you have. You are important enough to be reached personally. You have an address in the new world. Everybody has, by having a mobile phone, you are a dot, a pixel in the world where you exist. It's an affirmation that I exist. And sounds very abstract, but that's the truth. More than that, as you now look at it at a gestural level, what I do with a mobile phone. Here's a bunch of people who were making very few decisions in their life. They were, in India, there was this masses and the classes, as we very crudely have put it, where you are part of an undifferentiated group of people who take public transport, who are, you know, whose individuality is not recognized in many spheres, right? And now you have a device which dotes on you, which in a sense jumps to every command of yours, where you are liking, disliking, choosing. You can dismiss something important like and you can and you every mobile phone is like a story, a novel, which is of my relationship with the universe. It's a journal that is a unique script which scripts my relationship with the universe. Every mobile phone is different. You think about it, that's such an amazing power that individuals have. This idea that I have a unique relationship with everybody. I mean, with the world, and that can be anonymous. That is only me, and it is such an individualizing technology, and so it reshapes us. And not just that. Take the touch screen. If I had to choose a metaphor for today's times, I would choose the touch screen, because what it is saying is that every part of me is responsive. I touch, something has to happen on demand. It is on the individual demands a response, and technology delivers. And it is like that. It is instant. It is transporting from one place to another. It is insistent. It is. And so the idea that's why you see these photographs of infants also looking at a magazine ad, and we want everything to be a screen. We want everything to respond, right? And so what it creates, this feeling is, I'm important. I'm central to the world. World must jump to my command. These are all things that are being fed to us without our being aware of. Similarly, and well-documented idea of, attention spans narrowing because of this, social media, the effects. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of effects that are being produced by technology. Not all of them are, bad. I mean, there are some very good effects also. But technology is changing human beings at a fundamental level. And it is changing us in ways, I would argue, and in fact, Jonathan Haidt has this book called, The Age of Anxiety, and he makes an interesting point that you look at 2012 onward, something happened. Young women's mental health fell off a cliff. And he has a chart that shows, how that happened. And he says 2012 is when the smartphone, Facebook and all started doing, it became possible for you, the likes became public. And it became, the fact that you were in a marketplace of the self became not, smartphones came before that. Just a change in the algorithm of social media. He correlates that with a dramatic change in the mental health of particularly young women. Right? So it's interesting that you can see the cause and effect with technology being so profound. And so, sorry, yeah.
It's because they are now open to scrutiny.
Yes. Well, apart, open to scrutiny, having the anxiety of self-presentation at all the time, feeling, and because of the fact that at a certain age that, I mean, the whole Mean Girls, I mean, there's the whole, that mythology that you see, of how difficult in that sense, that period is.